Welcome to today's budget breakdown. Dave, I think you are going to be happy about this budget breakdown.
Really?
Yeah, I think you will.
I haven't looked at it at all.
I think you will. Before we jump into it, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the episode. My name is Christine. I have my husband of 20 years with me. We have lived life on a budget for a very, very long time. We've done a debt-free journey. We have done some crazy stuff to cut bills and pay off debt. And so a lot of the things that we recommend in these budget breakdowns, we have done ourselves.
They're tried and tested, and some of them did not go well.
What? We ended up to where we are today, so I beg to differ.
Okay.
So these submissions are real people. They are completely anonymous. So I don't share names or like cities of where they live or anything like that. So let's jump into the basics. This is a 26-year-old woman who is living with her longtime partner.
Okay.
She has no debt.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Okay.
And she has $10,000 in savings.
Good for her.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. So you're like, why are we doing this one? Is that what you're thinking right now?
No, I'm thinking there's some catches. What's the catch?
There's some catches. She just has goals and wants some help. Really, that's it. I feel like she's being very responsible.
Okay.
She's doing some great things. She has great goals. And she wants to know how to approach them in the best way.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about this. Also wanted to mention, as far as household goes, she feeds herself, her partner, her younger sibling, and an 80-pound
dog?
It's not a husky. It's the what is it?
I don't know.
Malamute.
Okay.
Do you like the?
I don't know.
Mush dogs. The dogs in the
Okay.
Iditarod.
Sure.
Those. That's an energetic dog.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of hair.
Yeah.
They shed like crazy. So let's do the goals first.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah. I need to point out to everybody, you got a new whiteboard.
I did.
So we're still testing some things out.
If you're watching the video version on YouTube, you'll notice a larger whiteboard so people can see numbers. I've seen some issues as we've worked through this. First of all, I need thicker markers. And this whiteboard reflects everything.
Yeah.
It reflects the lights. It reflects me. It's
Everything on the walls.
everything on the wall.
It's like a mirror.
It is like a mirror. You are right about that. Just bear with us if you're watching the video. There's probably some kinks. Okay. I feel like this is a good spot to ask them to subscribe.
Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe.
Leave a review, like it, all the things. Okay, here are the goals. Number 1, they need a car. Here's why. Their current car is a business car.
Okay.
That is going away.
His or hers?
No, this is all hers.
Oh, it's all hers.
This is all hers. They keep almost all the money separate.
But you keep saying they, but then you say it's her.
She's living with someone else.
Yes, but is there...
But this is her budget, her money.
Okay.
There's a few items I've left off the budget, which he pays for in his expenses. They split all the money, it's not combined, which I applaud. I think that's a good plan.
Okay.
So this is her. She currently has a work car that's going away in the end of this year.
All right.
So we have a tight deadline, January 1. She needs a new car. The reason she wants an SUV is because her and her partner are both over 6 feet tall. Can I just say, as a woman, to be 6 feet tall, that's highly unusual.
It is.
That's like Gina Davis level. Did you know she was 6 feet tall?
I think I did.
Yeah. Tall woman. So they're very large. They don't fit into smaller cars. Plus they have the 80-pound dog and they like to go out and do the hike and the things. So I get it. I'm not opposed to that. And she even mentioned, hey, I'm looking at used SUVs, like a 2015 in my area with 150,000 miles is about 10 grand to 15 grand
Yeah.
to purchase. And I think she's dead on in her assessments. She's even looking at the used SUVs already.
And the nice thing for her is she doesn't need a big one.
No, she can do total mid-size or even a smaller one. So she's got her budget laid out. She's already been looking, but she only has 3 months to save up for this. So yikes. Number 2, she is beginning her master's degree.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like currently in this moment. It's $15,000 a year.
Been there, by the way. We've done this.
It's $15,000 a year. I don't know what school or what field. It feels okay. Like your master's degree was actually pretty inexpensive.
Mine was.
Like 13 grand total.
Total.
For all of it. So this is definitely more expensive than that. But this is an expense that we're gonna, we need to pay for this.
$15,000 a year is probably University of Phoenix type level anyway.
I actually don't know that.
It's a little expensive.
It feels expensive to me, but there's There's a lot of...
It just depends. There's so many variables there.
A lot of variables, you're right about that. And then she currently has $10,000 in savings, like I said, and would like to improve her savings.
Okay.
These are the goals. Let's do income. She makes per month take home, this is after everything is taken out, and a lot is taken out.
Yeah.
She has like 2 401ks that are in there, all the health insurance, all the taxes. Her take home is $33.60 a month.
Okay.
Okay. Out of that, she saves $336, 10% immediately goes to savings. I think we can stop that for now.
Okay.
Because she has multiple savings line items, and we need to really push money at her goals quickly. So instead of like, this just goes into my savings arbitrarily, they need a clearer direction.
Okay.
How's that?
Keep going. I'm still listening.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that right now.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'll come back to that.
Yeah, this is unusual for you.
No, it isn't.
A little bit.
She's not saying this is going towards my car. She's not saying this is going towards my school fees. She's just like, it's just savings because that matters to me.
How much is in the savings? Is it
$10,000.
Okay, so why doesn't it just keep going to that?
Because we're about to deplete that.
Okay.
Because she already paid 15 grand for school. It's September right now, the day we're filming this. She's already in the hole.
It's a lump sum, 15 grand per year?
It made it sound like it. I'm not actually sure about that.
Okay.
Okay, let's go through actual bills. Her rent is $14.25.
Okay.
Okay. Therapy is $120 a month. She goes 1 time a week.
Okay.
That actually feels not too shabby. Electric is $140, fine. Water and trash, $80, okay. Food and household is $250 a month. I don't think that's horrible for 3 people plus a dog, food and household combined.
Okay.
That's actually okay.
All right.
Okay. Gas for the car. Now remember, she has a work car, so they pay for most of it. She does an additional $50 a month. But that's really her only car expense currently. That is about to change, getting her own car. Subscriptions, $54.75. Fun money, $350.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I know where you're gonna go.
Whoa.
Okay.
And then the rest she puts into savings. So we already have 2 savings line items here.
Okay.
She just takes whatever's left and puts it into savings. On average, over the last year, it's been $750 a month.
Okay. I want to just back up and say, I appreciate what she's trying to do.
Yes.
Right? What she's trying to do is save 10% no matter what.
Correct.
And so if, this is like a non-negotiable for her. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of a point of self-discipline, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So I like that.
I'm not opposed to the savings. In fact, we're going to be doing it.
Yeah.
We're just calling it something different. Instead of just like savings, we're going to call it car fund. That's what we're going to do. Okay, that's all there is. So like I said, the leftover average has been $750 a month. However, I did add all this up. With these numbers, it's really only $550 a month currently. Let's also throw out that she does get a bonus every year. The lowest it's ever been is $7 grand. She's on track this year to get $15,500
nice.
for 2023, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I do know that bonuses are taxed at 30%.
Are they really?
They are.
I would never know.
Oh, you don't know that?
No, you know why?
You don't get bonuses.
I've never had a bonus.
Dave's never had a bonus in his life. So let's just take out the taxes that they're going to withhold from that, because that makes sense. She's left with $10,850.
Okay. So she can expect about 10 grand from her bonus this year.
Correct.
Nice.
So I want to point out, before we get into like what I'm actually going to do, I want to point out some holes in the budget.
Oh, nice.
How do you like that? If you did not see that on video, there's a backside to this whiteboard where I listed out common other categories that she has not accounted for.
Expenses.
Yeah, expenses, okay?
Yeah.
So let's go through those. Internet, cell, and car currently are paid for by work. Car is about to go bye-bye. I should also say work is going to be giving her a $500 stipend for her car.
Oh.
I don't want that to be a car payment. I want the $500 a month to go towards taxes, registration, and gas and insurance.
Yeah.
Okay? And if there's extra, yippee skippy, that's gravy.
And you save it.
And you save
for
it.
the next car. Or for
your education.
Or maintenance or whatever.
Exactly. So I don't want this $500 to go towards a car payment. That's not the goal here.
Okay.
So I do have car insurance as a line item because she didn't have it. Life insurance, she has it through work, but I highly recommend getting life insurance outside of work. You lose your job, you change jobs.
Yeah.
Like, just, it's so cheap to get term life insurance. It's so cheap. For a 26-year-old healthy female, it can't be more than $20.
Yeah, it's dirt cheap.
It is dirt cheap. And because she's feeding the younger sibling, I'm kind of wondering how much responsibility is there. It would be nice to provide for those that count on your income, okay? Yeah. So I'm just gonna write, I don't know, $20.
It's a nice peace of mind.
It really is. Car insurance is taken care of because of the stipend. College savings, we don't have that right now because she doesn't have any kids. Younger sibling, I'm actually not sure about that. Retirement, this is going to be a big one. The earliest you can start heavy retirement, the better. Currently, she is contributing $432 a month into a work 401k. That does include the works match.
Okay.
So she's not contributing all that.
Oh, that's just the total that's being added.
Total, which is awesome. And it can be a whole lot more. What about clothing? Shoes, where's that?
Yeah.
Haircuts? You get your haircut ever? Pet care, she's got that huge 80-pound dog. Pet food? Vet visits?
So you're just trying to say there's a lot of odds and ends that she's not accounting for that would be really good to have so that when she really does a budget, these are planned expenses.
Exactly. A last couple electronic replacement, that'd be computers, cell phones. Travel and Christmas is usually people's line item.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there that she didn't account for. Like, people do spend money on these, so that does need to go in there somewhere. So the question is, where do we go from here?
Well, my first thought is you are probably going to want to break into that fund bucket.
I do want to break into that fund bucket. For now, I'm just going to cross off the $750 savings because it's in an accurate number at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm going to add this $550 that's remaining and add it to my $336 that she already does. That's going to be $886.
Every month.
Every month that she can save as this budget sits.
Okay.
There's two things I notice. It's the fun bucket and the subscriptions, because this is going to feel like I'm nickel and diming you. And you can put these back in later, okay? Like after you've paid for your masters and your car. But right now, we do need every penny. So she does pay for YouTube Red at $20 a month. I think that's the no commercials YouTube
yeah,
Premium.
and you get like live TV and all sorts of other things on there.
Cut that. Cut it. And then she does pay for Patreon.
Oh, okay.
For someone that she likes, or some kind of subscription on Patreon. Cut that too. So the total
So is this 54 plus 33?
No, that was $33 I cut.
Oh.
Between the two.
Okay. So you're telling her one subscription.
That's still two. She still has Netflix and Hulu.
Okay.
Okay? So we're cutting YouTube Red and Patreon at the moment.
And as a grad student, actually those things take away from your time and energy going into school. So it's not a bad idea to just limit yourself and hopefully limit your time on there.
I agree with you. That's a good point. Can you give me the blue marker? The dark, that one.
We're going through markers faster.
Oh gosh, this is what happens when your kids get your dry erase markers, is they look at that. They've mushed the marker down to the plastic. It's horrible. I am running out of markers.
Red's promising.
Red. Let's do red.
You like red.
I do like red. Let's do this fun budget. $350 a month. This is more than 10% of her take home.
Yeah.
That is significant. So how would you break down $350 a month? What is that? Is that dinner and a movie once a week? Maybe. With just a couple. I mean, it's probably $50 for, well, dinner and movie's probably $75. Probably $80.
I said $75. I was close.
Yeah, you were close. That's $320 for dinner and a movie once a week. And as to Dave's point, when you are a master's student, you will not have time for this.
But that being said, you do need to have some kind of outlet. We went to the beach.
We did, yeah.
We were in North Carolina when I was getting my master's degree, and I would study all night, Friday night. All morning Saturday, and as soon as I was done with homework, we would take off and go to the beach.
We tried to leave by about 10 a.m., but other than that, we didn't have time.
No.
It was Saturday afternoon at the beach. That's all we had time for. This makes me wonder, like, what are your entertainment decisions? Because some are more expensive and some are less expensive than others. As an example, on my main YouTube channel, Frugal Fit Mom, I just did a grocery budget audit, and this is what I noticed. Her biggest issue, and as I watched back the finished video, it came to me like a foghorn, can I say that? It was so obvious. Her and her husband go shopping. They do a big grocery shopping together on a Saturday to spend time together.
Oh.
That's what they did. That's why they went with no plan and no list. They were spending time together shopping.
Okay.
That was their time together. That's a horrible plan. Shopping together for fun is just a recipe for spending too much money.
Yeah, especially if you're on a tight budget and you're trying to find ways.
As we're coaching our teenage sons to date at the moment, we find they overplan every date night. Like, it can be just the movie.
Yeah.
It can be. And if you are not sneaking in the box movie candy from Walmart in your bag, like, what are you even doing with your life?
It could just be a walk.
It could be a walk.
Like, it really could be simple. I think we over-expect, or what's the right word here? Over-plan, over-budget. Like, we overhype what time together actually needs to be, instead of just making it simple everyday things like a walk after dinner.
Oh, you make a really good point. This may have something to do with how you were raised and where you live. Because I was raised in Dallas. You know what there is to do in Dallas?
A lot?
Restaurants, concerts, shows, plays, and shopping.
Yeah.
That's what there is to do in Dallas. That's what people do. You don't go for a walk in Dallas. Like, that's just not...
We went for walks in Dallas.
Well, we did, because we didn't have any money. We found parks. But when you're raised in a city, you just think differently about it. Where we live now, there's no shows, no concerts, no good restaurants. And we don't get first run movies. So those are unappealing. So we choose other stuff instead that tends to cost nothing.
And when we were on a budget back then, we chose other things in the city. It can be done.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I feel like I should leave them a fun budget. Let's cut it to $200. You think that's crazy? Too much?
No, I don't think it's crazy.
I cut the fun to $200, which means I added another $150 over here.
All right.
Okay.
So we're now making progress. We're over $1,000 now.
Yeah, I'm at $1,070 per month. Wow. $1,070 per month that we can throw at these goals. Let's talk about the goals.
Okay.
Because we have two high dollar amounts, like right now, that need to be addressed.
Right. School and her car.
School and the car. I suspect, because school has already begun, that she may have done a loan for this first year.
Okay.
Her work does reimburse $4,000 per year.
Oh, okay.
So let's take this bill down to $11,000 and not $15,000. Feels a little better?
Yeah.
I would probably leave $3,000 in the savings account.
For an emergency fund.
For an emergency fund. A baby one, a small one, while you buy the car. Okay? So this is super, super temporary. So savings is now $3,000, and I have $7,000 in my car fund. I take my $1,070 and I throw it to the car fund for the next 3 months. That adds another $32.
So she's at $10,200.
Yep, for the car. Once you are at $10,000 savings for the car, it's time to car shop. I don't know how you can wait on this if you need a car for work and your work doesn't give you one anymore and you don't have one. I don't know how you can wait. What you can do is in your used SUV search, you were looking at $10,000 to $15,000, and I would highly encourage you to pick the $10,000 car because that's what you have. Here's something people don't know about cars. My mom did this recently. You don't have to keep a car forever.
Nope.
You don't. Let's say you get your $10,000 SUV and you drive it for a year. And you're like, it's a little more run down than I want. It's got more miles than I want. So you trade up in a year. You save a couple more months and you trade your $10,000 SUV for a $13,000 SUV or a $15,000 SUV. It's not forever. My mom bought a car, was it 2 years ago? And she was stressing about this. Because she was like, what if I don't like it? What if I think I want it, but I don't want it? And I was kind of like, Mom, you're not married to this car. Like, this isn't the car you're going to have until you die. If you don't like it, exchange it.
Yeah.
Return it and get something else. And that was an epiphany to her.
So your point is, let's choose a car within our means and just keep it for the time being.
Correct.
It's good enough for now.
Yes, it is good enough for now.
She has a lot of other things going on, and I'm sorry, like this master's degree is a big deal. It's a huge burden on your time and your life, and it's to get you to other goals, which can also open up other goals for cars.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, you're only 26. Do you know how long it was before I owned a car that was worth more than $10,000? I was in my 30s.
Before we bought a car we actually wanted.
Right.
It was the car we needed, not the car we wanted.
Exactly. You're so young, you have tons of time. So we've taken care of the car, we've bought a $10,000 car as of January. Let's move on to the master's degree. We still have your $1,070 a month The master's degree costs 11 grand a year. That's about what that is.
It's $1,000 a month.
It is $1,000 a month for what I'm assuming is 2 years.
Yeah. Here's the other cool thing that we haven't done is starting in January, this number becomes $1,500 because they're going to give her an extra $500 a month for the car.
But her expenses are going up.
Right. I know. I'm just saying it can come into other things here.
Yeah, it might go up by a little bit.
But that's the point of us buying a car within our means, is that money can be put to other things and be used.
For sure.
It doesn't have to all be put to the car because she took out a loan.
For sure. Let's jump to the bonus. Remember, she gets this bonus. It's paid out in March.
Okay.
After taxes, it's $10,850. Guess what? That looks an awful lot like $11,000. That pays for her school.
She puts it in savings because it's going to be earmarked strictly for the master's degree. Mm-hmm. It's going to be the 2024 tuition bill.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Hand it over. There it is.
And then she doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and then it's paid for and you're done.
That's the beautiful thing. It's like, this is worry-free because you've planned for it and you've been intentional.
So I'm looking at 1 year from now, she's got her car, her master's is paid for, and it's time to build the savings back up. So let's assume it's like $1,200 a month now with the extra stipend for the car from the job that she's not utilizing, okay? And now she can build back her savings account. To do a 6-month emergency fund is 20 grand.
She needs to have $20,000.
She needs $20,000 in her savings, in her emergency fund savings account. So you are going to chuck every penny at that savings account. Remember, this is third on the list. Car first, master's second, savings third.
For 2 years.
For about 2 years. You get 20 grand, stop. You're done. You don't have to put money into arbitrary savings anymore. You need to bump your retirement.
Yeah, the sooner she can bump her retirement at her age,
Oh my gosh.
it's going to be so much more useful for her.
It's going to be amazing. Anyway, that's this budget. What do you think?
All right, so I think the basics are that she needs to kind of live within her means in the short term. Think of all the things that she's got as far as expenses go, like car and master's degree, and put all the money that she's got coming to her at those things and start saving for retirement and emergency fund.
Well, emergency fund is first.
Yeah, but she's got a really good head start. She doesn't have debt.
It's very responsible.
Unless she took out a loan for the first tuition payment.
Which she may have needed to because it started like right now.
But like, she's in good shape.
I'm very impressed by this. This is fantastic.
When I was her age, we were $20,000 in debt.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. Do you have any final words?
I think she can do it. I think it's going to take a little discipline, but she's already shown that she has discipline.
This is not a disaster. This is probably someone who has some financial goals and just wasn't sure the order of how to tackle them the best.
Yeah.
This is what I would do if it were me.
Talk about a single girl. I know she's not kind of single, but like, she's not married.
Yeah.
To have this kind of financial situation, she can take care of herself very easily, or she can go into this relationship or any other relationship feeling like she's not being a huge burden with tons of debt and lack of discipline. Like, she's a rock star.
She is a rock star. I agree. So thank you guys for listening today, and subscribe if you want to hear more from the podcast next week.